Hi everyone, what an incredible time to be alive and to be creating. I shipped 3 different apps in 3 days using Claude in VS Code, and I'm going to share the details of the last one that I've just released maybe 2 hours ago. It's called Clerk. It's a native app for Mac. It was built with Swift inside of VS Code with Claude. More details about it in a moment. But first, the first 2 projects built with Flask. First of all, Flask Vibe, which is a website where I share my passion for the Flask framework, where I explain how, in my opinion, it's easier and much more efficient to build your crude apps with Flask. You can have a look at the website. You will see tools there that enable you to generate your prompts, to verify your code. Also some examples of my vision about the way you should build an app today. So start with the data model, not with the UI. Everything here in Flask, the site itself was built with Flask. And behind the scene, the analytics tool that I use on Flask Vibe is a tool I also built with Flask. It is available on GitHub for free. It's an open source project. You can deploy it on Railway, Render, or on any other platform where you can deploy a Flask project. It gives you cookie-free, so cookie-less analytics for your website. Very easy to use, free, as I said. So go to callmefred.com/nanoanalytics to deploy it for free. And so the third project is called Clerk. So how did it start? Well, on Friday evening, I wanted to create a shortcut in the toolbar at the top of my MacBook to open an Electron app, so an app built with Electron. But then I was just thinking, what if I created my first native app for Mac that I can launch from the top menu on my Mac? But I didn't even have a topic for that. I started brainstorming, and it happens that at that moment I needed a quick solution to take computable notes. So what are computable notes? It's just rows of text and values that could be computed straight away, instantly by the app without the need to enter the text and the values in a sheet, in an Excel sheet or in a Google sheet. So a notepad, but where the values would be computed automatically. So I opened the app, it's called Clerk, and I create a new document. So let's call it Sales Pipeline. And then let's pick a currency. So you have 3 suggested currencies, but you can also pick Mexican pesos or Chilean pesos or another currency. I think I have roughly 35 or 40 different currencies that are supported by the system, but you have to choose a base currency for the document. So let's choose British pounds because I'm in London. I create my document, and then let's say I'm just thinking about the clients or the prospects that I have in the pipeline for the next few months, and I will write, for instance, that in March I've got this project to work with a client that I will call Client 1, and the potential contract is £5,000. As you can see, you have £5,000 immediately at the top there. But then I have a second client from Belgium, and we discussed a project of €4,000. And as you can see, it converted straight away the euro into pounds. Then we move to April, and I have another potential client, and we discussed a contract for $10,000. And we have client 4, and client 4 would be £2,000. So I don't put any currency because that's the base currency of the of this document. I can export in table format to paste this content into a Google Sheet or an Excel file, but I can also export as a PNG. And you can, for instance, open a Discord conversation and paste the PNG. And as you can see here, I've got the PNG pasted. Maybe I could do it in another tab and just share it so that you can see the PNG. So here you see, you've got the sales pipeline with the values, and you also have the separation of the months that I have written in my document, because those lines didn't have any value. So the system understands that because they don't have any value, they are meant to be interstitial rows, if you want. So here you have March, April, and you see also the value that we have in euro, the value that we had entered in US dollar, and the conversion in pounds at the rate of today. So you can do something like this, but let's go back to the tool and show you what you can do if you create an invoice. If you create an invoice, but maybe first let's go to the settings, because we have to set the name of our company. So let's put some company name there, Street One, and then we put SW17 London, SW17 London, UK. VAT number, we won't put any VAT number. We will put some here, an email, and our website. And also, let's say that we have a bank. Let's say we are banking with Wise, and we have here our bank details. Obviously, have to put actual details there so that it appears on each of the invoices. So let's come back here and let's create an invoice. If we create something that is called invoice, the system will automatically understand it's an invoice. And if we create the document, you see that now you have a PDF button there. We can decide that we want to build this to, let's say, a company called Flask Vibe, or maybe Frederick at Flask Vibe, and flaskvibe.com, and here Street 2 or 25, and another postcode. Here we go, and payment term. We want this to be paid cash. And now we just create the invoice. So let's say the first product we want to sell is a brand new website for £10,000. And then we want to sell an SEO campaign for £5,000. But we want to give a discount because, that's the first time we work with them, so we will have a discount of 5%. And we want to add the VAT, because we are VAT registered, of 20%. So now I can have the PNG. So I could go there and I could get the PNG. Let me remove this one. And as you can see here, I've got my brand new website, my SEO campaign, my discount of 5% on the 15,000. That's correct. Then we have the net after discount, the VAT on this net after discount, and the total to be paid. I can also export a PDF. I can set the document number. It will be automatically incremented to the next one for the next generation. Then I generate my PDF. As you can see, we have type Clerk, Invoicing Frederick of Flask Vibe for the brand new website, the SEO campaign, the discount, the net after discount, and we have here the payment details. All of that created just by taking notes inside this little app that you open from the top nav on your Mac. Very easy. So the concept is that you just type the item name followed by a value, followed then, if you want, by another row with the discount that is applied on all the lines above, and then the VAT will be applied on also the lines above on the net amount after the discount. It is as easy as that to create an invoice with with Type Clerk. I could create also a quote, I could create a proposal, I could create a credit note, and those also would get a PDF button. But if you name them something else, like a party expense, for instance, let's do that. Oh, we do a party budget. That would be even more fun because I want to show you another feature, party budget. Okay, so let's do the venue here, rental. We're going to pay 5,000, so it's a minus because it's an expense. We will have also the security, 2,000. Then we will have the catering, and the catering, I will say food, for instance. 2,000, and drinks 2,000, and then we will put some revenues. That's the budget after the event. So let's say revenues here, and we will have the tickets that we sold for, let's say, 15,000, and also the drinks, the bar. So we sold for 20,000. And as you can see, we have a positive budget of 24,000 after all those computations. And if I take the PNG version of this and I paste it here, you will see the magic in real time. We have the revenues, the bar and the tickets, and then we have the expenses, the catering, the total of expenses, and the net in the end. All of that just by taking notes in Type Clerk. Very easy. You can create a folder. Let me show you the folder. It's also pretty cool. And we will call the folder sales, let's say. And we will put party budget in sales. And we will put also this invoice that we send in sales. And here you see that at the folder level, we also compute the total in pounds, but also convert it on the fly in US dollars and in euro. And you can reopen any of those documents and modify them as you want. So let's say that in the party budget, we forgot something in the expenses, like for instance, the insurance that we forgot to mention, and we will put the fee. But for some reason, I don't know, we paid this insurance in euro. Okay. So here you see, we've got a recomputation. And if I come back to my documents, the total will also be recomputed accordingly. So yeah, that's an app that enables you to create financial documents as easily as you would take notes, free-form notes, in this little app that lives in the top menu of your Mac. It's called Type Clerk, and at the moment you can download it for free on typeclerk.com. And just a little detail, this landing page was created by Claude after creating the native app, reusing the design system of the native app. That's why it's so pixel perfect, the rendering of what you saw in the native app here for Type Clerk with all the examples, because the system, the agent knew exactly how we had built together the app, so it was easy for the agent to explain the concept of the app on the landing page and give some examples here and all those details. There's also some stuff that I didn't show you, like you can have a status for some of the documents. All the currencies, I said 30, it's 32 actually. I was blown away by Claude just creating this landing page based on the work that we had done together on the app. This is really game changing. So three apps in 3 days built with Claude in VS Code. Happy building to all of you. If you have any question, just leave them in the comments below. I would be happy to answer them as soon as possible. Go to typeclerk.com, to flaskvibe.com, and also go to my my GitHub repo for NanoAnalytics. You can deploy it for free and just use it for your website. You don't need to put any cookie banner because it's not using cookies. Have fun. Bye bye.